Welcome back, I guess. Flip this crypto. You think that's a nice intro? I'll tell you what, I've had my kids and my wife looked at both the intros, actually all three of them last night, and they like the tower one in the beginning. They still like that one better for this channel, and they really like the one. They really like the one that we just saw, but they like that for my other channel. But I like all three of them. I like the other one that you did because it has the ham radio and all that stuff like that at the end. It's yeah. So I'm gonna let y'all know this will not be a 2-hour video. I have to go back to work. We have this festival. If y'all have watched any of my videos, this festival I'm in charge of starts tonight at 6 p.m. So I have to be out there for 6 p.m. So I will probably be out of here by 5:45, which is 40 minutes. So we have to somewhat keep the rambles and the rants, just somewhat to a minimum. Yep. So for those who don't know, Flip This Crypto, who's in the chat, is the one who put all these intros together. Trying to narrow it down and fine tune each one is very hard because I like all of them. And I feel like voting for one is saying I don't like the other ones after he put all that effort into it, but it's not true. I like all three of them. You know, maybe I need to come up with a third YouTube channel for the third one. But so I have been setting up for this festival all day. I don't have nothing really crazy going on. You know, we do have all this wing bit stuff going on and some entropy stuff going on. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Wait for a few more people to come in. For the 9 or 10 people that are here now, thank y'all for joining. You know, a couple of things going on. One thing I want to hit on, and I'm going to hit on this first just because I know there's not a lot of people into it, or they might be, but for those of y'all who run Silencio, I did a short the other day. I wasn't going to do a full video on it, but I don't know how many people are running Silencio. For those who have not, for those of y'all who are running Silencio and have not updated the app, y'all are in for a surprise. First of all, it was kind of a tease because when I first downloaded the Silencio app, it was very clean looking, the new one. I like the fact that when I'm taking a reading, I can actually see the hexes. So if I'm walking up and down the street somewhere and this hex over here isn't covered, I'm kind of walking that direction. I really liked that. But now, if you want your bonus points, where in the past they had the 3 boxes on the bottom where you picked which one, the little present box or whatever, gift box, and it would give you a multiplier. Now you have to watch an ad. And it feels extremely gimmicky. And if you go into the Discord for Silencio, it is very divided. You see the people who are like me, who are trying to do what's best for the project, where people coming in and see this goofy ad thing, kind of like when you play some of these games, these apps where you get, hey, if you want a free turn, watch this 30-second ad. Some ads are longer than 30 seconds. To me, no serious deep in project should be doing those kind of gimmicks. They didn't need that before. You find that in the Discord, people are very, very split on this. Yeah, people, like I say, like me, who for the better of the project, they know that this is trash. You got the people who are all about, oh yeah, but if you watch the ads, you're getting more coins than you normally do. And so for them, it's all about more tokens. I'm very disappointed. Again, there's a lot of people who are complaining about it. I don't know if y'all who's in Silencio, you know, I don't know anything about TGE, mainnet, or anything like that. So I don't know what's really going on that side of it. You know, you got some people saying that they're hurting for revenue, and this was their way of getting revenue. You know, we've been in this project for 6 or 8 months now. You know, maybe, I hate to say it, maybe nobody's buying the data and they don't care what the sound readings are in certain places. I don't know. It was disappointing. It's disappointing that when I tried to start running it yesterday, I start seeing it. Look, I'm still running it. I still run it when I go eat in different places like that. But the fact that I'm not getting all the tokens. 'Cause I'm not gonna sit there and watch a 30-second video. I just did, you know, for the venue or whatever I did. I just did that time, and now you want me to sit there and watch for 30 minutes for a minute again. I just don't want to do that. So that's Silencio. Sword Chain, for those who are into Sword Chain, D. Vaselina says he don't like it either. It's, to me, it feels very gimmicky. And I think anybody who comes in new in that project, when they go there and see that, hey, this is supposed to be a crypto DPIN project, and they go and got to watch these goofy ads for stuff, it's stupid. Grumpy will get his boat this cycle. His bags are full. My wife is making sure that my bags stay empty. I can tell you that right now. I caught her last night online looking at cars and stuff, and I'm like, you better pump your brakes. If I have to hear one more time about when Bitcoin hits, how about this? When Bitcoin hits, how about that? When Bitcoin hits, look at this. She'll send me a link to some house. And look, it ain't no kind of $1 million house. It's just a nice, I want a house with a lot of property around it, so I can go ride four-wheelers and shoot a gun in my backyard if I want to, or something like that. I want something with some property without neighbors anywhere close. And, you know, so we're not talking about $1 million or $2 million, but she'll send me these texts every now on the phone when Bitcoin hits, and then I'm waiting for it. There's the link, and it's some ranch house somewhere, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. Sword Chain. I wanted to hit on Sword Chain real quick. I know several of y'all are in Sword Chain with us. We're doing all of our staking with Dash Tech, and I'm making like 58 tokens a day just in staking alone. They had some connection issues a while back with the app. I went over that. Those seem to have been fixed, because now when I'm walking around outside the vehicle, it stays connected. So we are supposedly, if you look at the last announcements, I'm trying to pull it up on here, but it doesn't want to cooperate. If you look at the last announcements, Sword Chain is supposed to be going to mainnet in like a week. I'm hoping that that's accurate. Really hoping that's accurate. See if I can find it again. You think I would have all this stuff ready, but here we go right here. So for those in Sword Chain, you have right here where it says mainnet launch should be sometime between the 25th of October to the 8th of November. So the 25th of October is now about a week away. I'm hoping. Token generation event is supposed to be the 8th of November. Now, listen, I'm no crypto expert, but if your mainnet's supposed to be a certain date, doesn't your token generation date also have to be that same day? How can you go to mainnet and not have your tokens ready? You know, unless you're just gonna back pay people or something like that. Flip This Crypto says mine keeps disconnecting. I got to unplug and replug it in. Look, I had the same issue when I tried getting away from the Bluetooth to the new. From the cellular connecting or whatever it was when it was tethered to my phone. I tried out the new Bluetooth thing. I had the same issues. I would be riding down the street, and all of a sudden, with the Bluetooth, all of a sudden I would check it, because it was new. And I forget where I was going. I was going somewhere that was like a 3 or 4 hour trip. Oh, Mississippi to my hunting lease. I did another video on my other channel about it. Y'all make sure y'all hit y'all thumbs up button while we all sitting here BSing, please. So you can try to help the channel out. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because I got to say that every 10, 15 minutes. But as I'm driving 3 or 4 hours, I'm checking every hour or two with the new Bluetooth function in the Sword Chain, T-Modus, whatever you want to call it, and it would disconnect. Now I'm sitting in the car with it. Like I didn't get out to go use the restroom. I didn't get out to go get something to eat. I'm driving in the vehicle. And then once I went into the app, it's kind of like it re-woke itself up and it would reconnect. But if you didn't do that, it wouldn't stay connected. And there were several people. Then they said, oh, well, there's supposed to be a update to the app. So they did an update to the iOS app, and it still continued. And I went back, and I haven't looked back. I'm still on cellular tethering, because once I get it tethered, I can ride around in my vehicle all I want, and it's staying connected. So yes, it doesn't auto connect, but my Bluetooth never auto connected. They said the reason you go to Bluetooth is because now when you get in the car, it's supposed to auto connect. I didn't find it auto connected. To me, the Bluetooth was more wonky than what tethering is. Is it pain in the butt? It is. And you know what? If this project goes mainnet and does very well, we're going to be happy that we went through the pain and suffering of connecting this all the time. If it doesn't pay hardly anything and it's paying pennies like Demo, I can tell you right now, or like what Nadix is doing right now to us, that joke, I can tell you right now, I'm not messing with it. Like, I might, if I know if I'm going on a long ride, that's what I'm doing right now with Nadix. If I know if I'm going on this long ride, 30 minutes, an hour, something like that, I'll connect Nadix. But I'm not going through with it like I was before if I'm going a couple miles up the road, because it's not worth 47 cents a day. So Bluetooth doesn't work for more than a few minutes. Yeah, that's so you're getting even less than me. See, people think I complain all the time that I'm just making stuff up, but I'm glad to see y'all agree, because somebody will say, mine never disconnected. I didn't have no issues. Well, you can see that doesn't. Jonathan Grove says, I have my tablet running 24/7. I'm in-house mining tokens. Listen, y'all know I'm a straight shooter with y'all. Grumpy, who's poor right now, whose wife wants a new car, new house, like I'm telling y'all, says, hey, SwordChain says they have no problem with this. Somehow your vehicle parked, not moving for 2 or 3 hours, is still collecting data through the OBD2 port and sending it to SwordChain. I don't know what it could be collecting, because it's being still. So, like I said, Grumpy, who has the wife that wants the stuff, is glad that while my phone is in a certain part of my house, it stays connected. But for the project itself, Grumpy says, how is that good for the project that people can just park a phone? So if your vehicle stays parked for 3 or 4 days and doesn't move, what data can it possibly be connecting? I don't understand that. Like, what data can it be connected to? Or what data can it be collecting that's making this project worthwhile, that some company out there is going to be wanting to buy? Hey, let's see how long people are parking vehicles for in between, and what those vehicles are doing, or the G-forces flipping them around or something while they're, what's the gravitational pull on them, because the vehicles, I went to accident reconstruction school years ago, and you'd be surprised the G sensors and the sensors that are inside vehicles these days. It's crazy. So, yeah, there's times when I just seem to accidentally, I have 2 cell phones, my personal one and my work phone. And, as long as work can contact me, sometimes I just leave my phone that's connected to SwordChain just accidentally in my vehicle overnight and come back the next morning to 100+ tokens. Again, this is, I thought that was like gaming at first. I didn't want to tell nobody. I had people telling me that when I first got into SwordChain months ago, and I thought I was gaming. Like, I felt dirty about it. And they're in wide open in the Discord discussing it, and they have no issue with it. So, to me, the OBD2 port can tell when a vehicle's turned on or turned off. So, if they really didn't want that stuff, it ain't that hard to program that device to say when power's off and the vehicle's not running, ignition off, don't send tokens. I don't know. I don't see why that's that hard. So stop tapping my tablet mic. I'm not tapping anything. Am I? My ADD medicine, ADD medicine wore off. Now you're gonna have me real nervous. That's why entropy has more meaning than most D-pins. So if y'all want to jump on entropy real quick, entropy. I'll get corrected no matter which way I say it. What can y'all tell me? I know I like to ask y'all's questions. I have several people who have hit Grumpy up about looking into. Listen, if I hurt somebody's feelings, I apologize, but it is a copycat about the useless brick project. If that's not, entropy is nothing. So they come up with brick that is useless. There's a project called Useless Brick that also uses the I thought I had one more here somewhere. I was just playing with it. So they also use this it's sealed up because I'm still waiting on one person from my contest last week to contact me that's supposed to have this, but the S3 thing. So there is a useless brick project that also uses these devices, the Espressive ESP23-S3, whatever it is. Do y'all know anything about it? Because I have people asking me. I don't know if they have a token. I don't know if they have anything. I know I'm discussing another project. Y'all still going on Sword Chain. I'm gonna tell you this. I've had people who have contacted me about their battery draining. I think it's vehicle specific. I have in my vehicle, I have the Y adapter with a Demo macaron and a Sword Chain modus. I don't think they call them moduses anymore, but either way, and it stays in there constantly. Even when I was out of town doing training and stuff like that, and my vehicle stayed parked for a week with both of those devices running, my vehicle the battery never died. So that I think it's vehicle specific. That's the only thing I can figure. If I leave Demo or Sword Chain my OBD where I cannot lock or unlock my car by using my outside handle, it will kill my battery in 3 days. True crime. It's funny you said that. I have a 2024 pickup truck. Y'all seen it in the lives. Ever since the update, I cannot unlock or lock my vehicle with the outside door handle. I have been searching, as my son says, searching it up, and I cannot figure out why. So you're going to make me go outside in a little while when I go to work, back to work, and unplug that thing and see if it fixes my door handle problem. But I always start because it's a diesel, I always, it's just old habits or whatever. My dad instilling that in my brain. Your vehicle's got to warm up. Your vehicle's got to warm up, especially with a diesel. So while I'm getting dressed from work, I start my truck. Usually I have my hands full of laptops, cameras, whatever I need for work, and keys are in my pocket. And I'm used to just pressing my button on my door handle and that thing opening. And for like the last week or two, it doesn't work. So, I don't know. The CEO from Wingbits has started and the 6 companies red flag video. Jonathan Groves, I think you got that confused with D-Fly, brother. But True Crime, I appreciate that because I will do because I always need people keep telling me a way to build my channel with more likes and more subscribers and more income or whatever like that is doing a short every day. You know how hard it is to do a video all the time, let alone a short every day? But I will do a short to let everybody know if I can confirm it. I'll do it. I haven't did a short today, so that will be my short today. I'll have to cover up my work shirt when I'm at work like this, like I'm saying the pledge, and I will say, hey, if y'all having problems with door handles, I'm telling you, I've been pulling. Look, if y'all saw me last night, I had all this gray hair and stuff. See, look, I've been pulling my hair out, trying to figure out why the hell my door handles quit working. Axie says his door handles don't. You want to find out. Wingbits is pretty big to just quit. We would like to see the source for that. Listen, I am not going to sit here and say anything about rumors and stuff like that. I think you got that seriously confused with D-Fly, because I've had several people come and tell me, I call him Cookie Monster because I don't want to say his name, because they will, if I say anything about their project, show anything about their project, show the messages going back and forth, they will go after YouTube, after my channel, and get copyright infringements. And I nearly got my channel. I had to be on my P's and Q's for 6 months, because if I had another copyright infringement, my channel was going to get shut down by YouTube. YouTube contacted me. You know how hard that was for me not to say anything about D-Fly while they're sitting there slamming me, and I couldn't say anything. The day that them flags got released. But I have had people who have told me who the two previous projects were that person with D-Fly was involved in. One project had 3 letters or 2 letters and a number, and then I forget what the one before that. But then when you looked at what their Discord looked like in those 2 previous projects, it was the same writing style and everything until he started using ChatGPT. I think you got him confused, brother. I really do. Wing bits, let me tell you something. I still feel this, and I'll still say this also. We all know GeoNet is a established project. We're all doing very well on it. We know GeoNet because you see the burst and everything on the maps. We know that they have customers, buying customers and everything like that. So they are an established DPIN project. They're not going to go partner with some company that could be on shaky grounds like that. What's up, HickViz? HickViz stole half my money last week in my... I find it hard to believe. And I still think, and even so, listen, let's play a what if, because I don't have this inside scoop. Let's just play what if. What if the CEO of Wingbits leaves? Is he the first CEO to ever leave a company? There's been many CEOs that have gone into companies, tech companies and all stuff like that, who go in there as startups and get it started up, get it established, and then move on, and they repeat that with another project. Somebody else will come in and say, I'm trying to start a business, and they'll hire that CEO because apparently he's doing something right. Look at where we are right now. I keep telling everybody how many devices, and I thank all y'all who use my code, but I know for a fact, I keep trying to grill Axie, but Axie don't want, I'm at the waterboard him. He won't tell me how many projects or how many new stations have come online on Wingbits. But I can tell you right now, I've had 40 plus, if not close to 50, and it might be over 50 by now. Every time I check my email, well, not every time, because now I'm getting like really anxious. But yesterday, every time I checked my email, I had an email from either Helium Deploy or HiFix that somebody else used my code to buy one of the two Wingbits. I've had some people who are my bestest of bestest friends who are going to get a Christmas present from me. There are people out there who are buying one of each of those stations. That's somebody do the college math for me, $1,400. And look, and they're saving $140 with my code. Thank you very much. So my point is, you see all the people buying these stations. So if a CEO does happen to leave, it's not unheard of that it's as a startup. But I'm not going to give that any cred at all, as the kids would say, because I just don't believe that at all. Isn't Trophy still worth it? One thing I can say about entropy, I know I'm going to get corrected every time I do it, is the price has been holding steady. You can't complain that it hasn't. So somebody help me out here. But I know last I knew we were making, I don't look at it every day. I look at it every 5 or 6 days to move it from, and I'm going to do a video because I've had a couple of people ask me, I know it was confusing to me, on the difference between claiming, burning, and some of the different stuff like that, or if you don't claim or whatever like that. But I know I knew we're making like 225,000 tokens a day. So 225,000 tokens a day mining times 0.00, $47.25. We're making $47 a day mining entropy. Now, I'm not gonna sit and lie to y'all. It doesn't bother me, but some people it bothers. But you have to know what I'm about to say. You have to know this before you get into this project. Yes, there are some little goofy things about the way you sell. If you sell, 500,000 tokens, you then have to mine 500,000 tokens and burn those 500,000 tokens, which is an auto burn feature that every 7 days, on the 8th day, the first day burns. You have to burn that. So you have to burn those. Whatever you sold, you have to burn. And then you have to wait 7 days as a cooling off period. And all that does is prevent the token price from going down, which is preventing it from going down. It's working. It's working. I've always said that about Grass and some of these other projects. These projects that have been in beta and giving out tokens for a year. What do you think's going to happen when those things go live? Listen, nothing we talk about in these videos is financial advice. Nothing we talk about in this video is financial advice. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Nothing on this video is financial advice. But I tell y'all are not going to bitboy me. Because Grumpy's telling y'all from day one. Let me put my screen bigger so make sure we clear on this. Grumpy is selling some tokens at some point. I just joked around, told y'all my wife's got it spent 7 different ways. And she don't even know luckily, she don't even know what an Exodus wallet is. But I think despite how much she says she doesn't watch my YouTubes, I really do think she is watching my YouTube. Doesn't know if I'm lying or not. But my point I'm trying to make is, y'all are not going to go and blast me at some point as BitBoy, because BitBoy is telling people, yeah, get in this project, buy this, buy this, buy this, while he's secretly selling and he gets roasted. Now, where he screwed up, my opinion is he's telling people buy, 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 while he's selling, 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 selling. No, you know, I'm telling y'all straight up, at some point I'm selling. I just don't know when. Wingbits? I don't know when. You got to remember, Wingbits, when those tokens get released, I can't remember how much it is, but I bought like, I don't know, 16 or 18 hexes from them in the beginning when you had to buy hexes. So if my trusty calculator wants to work, because again, I failed college math and that's why I'm in the profession I'm in. You know, you're looking at, you know, I have $400 coming to me right off the bat before anything else, just to get my, well, it's even more than that because I have, you know, you get, what, you get 120% back of your value or something like that. Sorry, my wife's texting me. Knew I was talking about her. But my point is, I'm gonna be selling wing tokens at some point. But I feel so great about the project that I'm not gonna sell hardly any because I think the price is gonna go up. So, you know, Grumpy's gonna be selling some tokens. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Sword Chain, I'm gonna be selling some tokens. Entropy, I'm gonna be selling some tokens. I don't hear nobody complain when I start selling tokens. Vazelino, I emailed you an address for somebody who wants a hat. We talked about them previously. I need you to text me back on what the shipping is going to be on it, because we might have to do a layaway plan, because I don't think the shipping is going to be cheap. So text me or email me when you figure that out, and I'll Venmo you whatever for a hat, because we promised this dude a hat a while back and we still haven't sent it. But for those who don't know, D Vazelino does all the Grumpy hats, t-shirts, and blah blah blah. You know, original hats. This is the original hat. He came and he changed it up. You know, there can only be one Godfather of the golf hat. I've had some people ask about buying hats and stuff like that. I've told him I don't care if he wants to sell hats as long as he's covered. I'm not going to make a penny off of it. You know, y'all want to go advertise. My nieces, I'm going to tell y'all, I didn't think my nieces who are in sororities at LSU would be the last ones I thought would want to wear Grumpy Dad t-shirts. And they're wearing the hell out of them. Supposedly my godchild, who's one of them, she aced some test or some midterm wearing the hat. I mean, wearing the shirt. So now she wants another one because she's wearing it so much. So now they're asking for hoodies and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, y'all got to slow down. Slow down. Yeah. Your godfather, or as we say in Louisiana, your parent ain't hit Bitcoin yet. So I'm not buying hoodies and all kinds of stuff for people. So, now would be the best time to sell wings, when you got a pre-order hype. I guess you're trying to be funny because we don't have wings to sell. We got, I haven't even been looking in my, I don't like my, I have so much different things in my fandom that I don't like having it in testnet mode or devnet mode. So I don't even know what wings I'm getting in. And I got 2 stations that are still laying down sideways that I have to go put back up after the hurricane. So they're down. So I haven't really been looking at rewards because it hurts. So, you know, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about was wing bits, but we kind of hit on that. Was these stations are flying off the shelves. Again, anybody who used my code, thank y'all. If y'all are contemplating, we know that these websites are saying they have 2,000 quantity to sell. We don't know if that's 1,000 each station. I don't know. I just know that if people are using my channel is not that big. For the amount of sales I'm seeing just off of my code, these other YouTubers that have bigger channels than me, they gotta be selling the hell out of them. So how much Bitcoin does Grumpy have? Don't unsubscribe from me, but Grumpy has very little Bitcoin. There are certain things that I have bought in the past where you could use Bitcoin, so I thought it'd be cool. But I've always tried to maximize my returns and DCA and that kind of stuff like that. You know, so I might have a couple of $100 of Bitcoin, but I've also always looked at what's the big bang or the biggest bang I can get. And I've looked at it as buying Bitcoin at 60,000. I would need it to get to 120,000 just to double that. Where some of these alts, I'd rather put my stuff into alts, into DPIN projects. I'll be honest with you. A lot of my money has been going, whenever I get extra money, normally in the past I would DCA, into Bitcoin, I would DCA into some Ethereum, Atom or Cardano, then, you know, Solana and AVAX and stuff like that. But then now when I get extra money, for a while it was me just constantly putting up Wingbits, BYOD devices. Then for a while it was Bit Harvest, you know, taking some of my Helium devices down, because all we were doing was mining helium when I found Bit Harvest. So 5 of those stations I took down, converted them into Bit Harvest, unless they were like a love potato or sweet potato or something like that, and multi-mining that. So I haven't really, there's a part of me I'm gonna kick myself in the butt, but I haven't even been DCAing as much as possible. Buying into some other ones. I still say I'm gonna buy some of these I want to buy some of these new ones that are coming in. That we kind of discuss, but I got people PM me all the time about new projects and stuff like that, and I hate to be negative about all of them because some of them are going to be successful. I just don't have time to look at them and everything else. Let me tell you, I kicked myself in the butt because when I got in with crypto at 2015, you look at what the price was. Back then, people were saying Litecoin was the #2 coin. If you remember, in 2015, I owned a decent amount of Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, because Ethereum was a nude. And I think 2015, 2016, don't quote me exactly was when they first, I remember Coinbase had Bitcoin and that was it. And then there was the biggest news in the world when they were going to be adding one or the other. I can't, look, my memory's shot. I can't tell you what I ate for lunch earlier today. And then you kept hearing about what's the fourth one? What's the fourth one Coinbase was going to be offering? Is it going to be Bitcoin Cash or Dogecoin or something like that? You know, it is. You know, we talk about ROI and stuff like that. I know if he's still on here, Axie, we and him had a long discussion one time about how we feel about ROIs and talking and discussing about ROIs. And, you know, I just look at it as I like to see projects that can probably ROI a little bit sooner in, because, but either way, we're kind of on the same page, because once you reach that ROI, it's all, as we say, land yap, and it's just free money after that point. You know, where the Bitcoin, depending on what side of the cycle you're in, you're not guaranteeing that kind of return. Now, you look at like Demo, because the price dropped so much, here we are, October 17th, 10 months after I bought Demo, and I'm back to not ROIing because I don't even have per device $89 or what I paid, you know. So I know I'm kind of all over the place here, but just a couple of different things to look at. But look, DPIN, my fear with DPIN is, this is one thing, you know, you say you're riding DPIN mostly now. It seems like every cycle there is some kind of catchphrase. The last cycle towards the end was everything metaverse, gaming, metaverse. And people were just buying meta coins. I have a friend who bought all kinds of meta tokens. And yes, some of the ones he bought were doing very well at the end of the bull cycle. You know, Decentraland, Sandbox, and stuff like that. But there was some that you bought that they didn't peter out to be nothing. Well, they did peter out to be nothing. And I worry about that now at this cycle between the two catchphrases, AI and DPIN. Because it seems like everybody now wants to come out with some kind of DPIN project. Look how many projects are coming out now just about like weather. They just copying. Some are better, some don't, you know. Look at like Entropy and in the worthless brick or whatever it's called, useless brick. I'm just worried about having these catchphrases. I got a friend right now that every time he hears about a new AI coin, he texts me, man, look, they got this new AI coin, whatever. I just bought a whole bunch of it. But dude, you bought the last 20 or 30 new AI coins. Do you really think all 20 or 30 are going to go up? To me, it's just the new catchphrase. And that's what I worry about this cycle is a lot of people just gonna be putting into all these coins or tokens because they say they're AI. But think about it, not every AI is going to make it. But I guess if you put into enough, one sticks, and that's all you need is really one stick. You know, I don't know. You're not gonna have. Is it too late to home build the Wingbit station? Then it's new cutoff. 2020. Yes, if you have not registered by October 12th, if you did not do a registration, and then also you had to buy the little GeoSigner device for like $50. If you didn't do that yet, then you are too late, unfortunately, to do a Wingbit station. Build your own Wingbit station. So yes, hey, press the little bell, and if you subscribe to my page, press the little bell so y'all can be notified, because I put out shorts and I put out regular videos telling everybody the cutoff is coming. When the cutoff was cut out before at 2,000 stations, I had a bunch of people who said, man, I can't believe I missed out. Look, they hit 2,000 quick. When there's people from GeoNet learned about Wingbits, they went from like 1,800 to 2,000 quick. And people said, I can't believe I missed out. Tried warning them. And then a week or two ago, whatever it was, they came out with another announcement saying, hey, for a little while, we're going to open back up BYOB devices, bring your own device, whatever. And only to October 12th. And I put out some shorts and I put out some videos and said, hey, y'all do it, get into it. If y'all want to do this instead of spending the money. And then now I have people contacting me saying, oh, I just wanted to do BYOD device. I don't want to spend that kind of money. I don't know. Oh. WeatherXM can't even do weather. Let me tell you, if y'all watch, I know my Monday videos are long because people want me to cover so many projects. That's why I put chapters in the Monday videos. But WeatherXM can't get out their own way. When I was putting, I'll tell you about it, when I was putting that Wingbit station up and I'm trying to put it up and the damn thing is falling apart in my hands in half and I got to snap it back together. I don't know how it's lasted the two hurricanes we had this year down here had 40, 50, 60 mile an hour winds, maybe a 60 mile an hour gust here. So it kind of lasted. But also one of my sensors is bad now. And I keep getting these alerts and I keep getting docked on my rewards every day that your sensors are bad. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, am I supposed to take it out and take my screwdriver out and start fixing sensors? You know, I don't know. But I will say that while I've been asked over and over about, and I've watched some of my fellow YouTubers who talked about different weather projects, SkyX, I know this is a very bad way of measuring a project. The SkyX device looks a little gimmicky. I don't know. But Nubula, if I have no way of proving it, but if half the stuff in their white paper is accurate, Nubula at some point will pass up SkyX and WeatherXM. Because when you see the amount of people from NOAA, which is the weather services, and all these meteorologists, all these people who are behind the Nubula project. Now, why are they behind Nubula and not WeatherXM? I don't know. I can't answer that. But Nubula, if I out of SkyX, Nubula, and Encore, I'm working a lot of overtime this weekend with this festival. I will be, and then also have my $100. Somebody left me a $100 super chat on one of my previous lives, and I'll have that on the side. Excuse me. Allergies down here killing us right now with this southern temperature, this summer temp drop. YouTube's giving me all kinds of issues about getting my money out of YouTube because of taxes or something like that, even though I keep uploading pictures of my license and my passport and stuff like that. Eventually, I promised that I've had 2 or 3 people who gave me super chats, and those super chat money, one guy was $100. I couldn't believe it. I'm planning on buying probably Nubila or one of these projects so I can talk about another one, put that money back into the channel, but Nubila just seems interested. HigViz, my top 3 coins right now. My top 3 coins right now are, I want to pull them up. People can say what they want about this coin, this token. Y'all can say what y'all want about it. I was telling people to buy this token back when it was $8 and $12 and $13 and $14. Grumpy was buying this thing because the amount of projects that were going on it, I didn't care if it was if it was involved with FTX or anything like that. And I still tell everybody, when this token, especially when this token goes down to this $120 price or whatever it is, $130 price, I knew it hit about $119 in September, came down to $110. I jumped all over Solana. Until Entropy came in and wrecked my life, every day I was making $7 to $8 on my 17 helium miners. I would take that IoT and every day I was loading up on Solana. I did this for months, every day. Imagine every day, $7 worth of, it's $210 a month loading up on Solana. I still think, listen, I know they have some people who make some out. Mr. Awesome, good night. I know it's late for you, man. Appreciate you passing by. But I know they got some outlandish price predictions about Solana. That Solana is going to pass up, become number 3 and number 4 on CoinMarketCap and stuff like that. $800, $1,000. Me, I'd like to guess maybe a $600 to $700 Solana just to be a little conservative in the next cycle if we have this hard cycle like we talked about. Yeah, I knew it was late for you, man. I appreciate you stopping by. 2020 website. Make sure you check out Axie's message on live. So make a long story short, because I got to start wrapping this. Solana is one of them. My next one, I would have to say is AVAX, because there's a lot of stuff and y'all can't see it right now because my fat head's in the way and they won't let me change it because we're on live. It's at $27 right now. Was at 64 a while back. There's a lot of stuff being built on AVAX. What's my other token? Look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm one of the old school ones. I still like, depending on where it's at and what the entry price is. I still like VET. I don't know why VET doesn't get a lot of love. Maybe because it's background a little bit, but at one time VET was 20 something cents. It's at 2. When it goes under 2 cents, I load up on it. Actually, this gives me a little bit of staking on it. I like that. One token I was really, really in love with was Atom. I don't know what happened to tokenomics. Atom was $40, almost $50 in the last cycle. It's down to $4. For a while back here, I was loading up on it because Exodus was giving us like 22 or 24% staking, but the token price has died. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm not selling it, of course. I'm just keeping loading up on it. Ethereum, I had somebody ask me about Ethereum a while back. I'm kind of in the same boat. I think people, and I know I'm stealing Alex Becker's thunder on this one, but I think people have just had enough of the horrible gas fees. You didn't really see on the Ethereum stuff itself, you didn't see a lot of gas fees and things like that change or get helped with in the last upgrade. You did on some of the what do you call it? Third level, whatever it is like that. But you didn't see that much help with gas. So I think Ethereum's losing its, I could be wrong, and don't laugh at me, but definitely Solana, AVAX, Matic. Since Matic changed, that's another one. But I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really been DCing that much. If I had a DCA in right now, I would probably, instead of getting 3 or 4 tokens like I normally do, I'd probably just get Solana and AVAX. Even with me using my IoT and getting Solana, I was still DCAing into Solana. That's how I feel about it. And you look at when I was buying this at the 120, 130 range, doing pretty good. Yeah, all the honey I earned my side camera, I put into Soul. Great experiment. See? Let's follow 619 OTA, whatever you want to call him. That dude's been around for a while. I've known him from other channels and stuff like that. He's been around the game probably longer than I have. So if he says Solana, we all good. You know. Daniel, you don't need to be in my live chat. You need to be fixing them Wingbits devices. I've been chatting, I joke, but I've been chatting back and forth with Daniel. Daniel's got some new competition that's coming in Africa. I use Daniel as one of my examples every time when I try to show people, people come in Wingbits and they complain about their rewards because they put a station up, around 50 other stations. And I kind of show an example of what happens if you put a station here. And I use Daniel for an example of when you're a loner. And Daniel in Kenya was a loner making 700 wings a day, no exaggeration. And then he got wrecked because apparently some of these stations that are being bought are all around Kenya. So he's about to get a rude awakening. But I told him he has one station down right now. We need to do whatever we can to get that station back up so he can make all his wings that he can, load them up, and hopefully he can load them up before them stations all come in there and start eating his lunch. But Daniel's on top of it. Daniel got I guess you would consider that the west side, east side of Africa covered. And he got, what's his name? That's on the left side of Africa. I've helped him out. And they're far enough away that they don't mess around with each other in their hexes. And they both got all dark purple, dark blue, whatever hexes, and they sucking all those wings up. I think Daniel, no exaggeration, Daniel does with one, maybe two stations, what I'm doing with 13 or 14 stations, no lie. So he's eating it up, man. Eating it up. Now, if I can just get him out the D-Fly Discord, we'd be at 100%. So anyway, I appreciate everybody who has come by. I have to go back to work now and start my long weekend. For those who don't get festivals and that kind of craziness around them, I might do a short or two of the festival this weekend. It's supposed to be some great weather. I think we're going to have some huge crowds, and I always need an excuse. I am going to go when I get over there, and first, as soon as I get settled in, I am taking my sword chain out of my OBD2 port, and I'm going to press my buttons on my door handle of my vehicle. And I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm spoiled and I like that. So I'm sorry I couldn't be as long. I appreciate everybody. Please make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button before we leave out of here. Again, everybody who's used my code for Wingbits, please continue using it. Share the news. It's really helped me out a lot. Like, I fell backwards when I saw that. Please make sure you go and join my Twitter. I've been very, very active on Twitter trying to share. Whenever I see somebody else putting out good, news about deep pin projects, anything like that, I am straight up they the reggae festival. But I lost my thought. But I'm trying to, I joke and say I'm stealing content. But hey, if another person, another YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, influencer, has some good news or bad news about projects, I'm sharing it on there faster than I'm doing videos or anything else on it. So, I don't want to keep pushing everything about my code, but it seems like every time I tweet about it, hey, go use my code and do some hashtags, I get 3 or 4 more sales. So you might have to bear with me on that for a while because it's just the rewards are good for the channel. And not only that, but it's also really going to help Wingbits out by getting those stations out. It's going to help the project out. So it's a win-win for everybody. So, make sure also, if y'all can, subscribe to my other page, my hunting page. It is deplorable. It is deplorable. But that's about it. I appreciate everybody again for joining. I'll see y'all next Thursday on the next live. And I probably won't be able to put a video out this weekend just because I'll be working this festival, but we'll definitely be back Monday. I will probably put some shorts out. There's some kind of news going on in the deep pin world, anything with some of these projects, I probably will put some shorts out. Make sure if you're subscribed, you hit the bell button so you know when I put those shorts out. I don't want nobody to miss on no more deadlines or anything like that. And then we'll definitely be back Monday. I might be a little worn out, might be a little sunburnt, windblown, but we'll be back Monday with our usual videos on our projects and stuff. Also, I have to figure out what the deadline's going to be, because out of all the stuff I gave out last week, I do have, I think, 2 people who have yet to contact me on winners. So if you didn't contact me and you don't know if you're a winner or not, you go look at last week's video, and I did a video the next day also about the winners from last week's, all the crypto we gave out. We gave out almost $200 or plus $200 worth of crypto. We gave out 3 entropy miners. I gave out and sent out SDR. So if y'all want a SDR that BitHarvest donated, or if y'all won the entropy miners, those were mailed out. Y'all should have received them by now. If not, any day now. If not, let me know. I gotta go, man. I gotta get to work. Appreciate it. Am I gonna reorder the B? Absolutely not. Have not even looked back on it. So see y'all later. Appreciate it. See y'all in the next video.